Hey everybody, we are south of Rawlins, Wyoming, heading towards Craig, Colorado, and it's mid-October, and we're gonna go look at a Scout, 66 International Scout 800. Pictures look good online, and we're okay with any excuse to go to Colorado in October, see some fall colors, maybe stop by and see some of Sarah's family. So, cut to scenery.
Find the solace in the dissonance. You control the way you see the world.
That looks like the fireworks stand from Joe Dirt.
This is the good stuff. Snakes and sparklers.
So the reason we're driving down here is saw this Scout on Facebook Marketplace a couple of months ago, and it's still available. It originally came with a bunch of extra parts: engine, transmission, transfer case. She did have a buyer that I believe came and already picked those up and purchased those. So right now we're looking at just the truck and some sort of extra smaller spare parts that they've got left. So this northern area of Colorado is really arid. As you can see, it's got a lot of scrub brush. It's very desert-like, so coming from South Dakota, they probably get about half the precipitation that we do. So if you're looking for something with a lot less rust than you would typically find in the area where we live, this would be probably one of the closest areas to do so without going to, Utah or the Southwest somewhere. So hopefully this one is as straight and rust-free as it looks in the pictures. We'll do a little test drive and see what happens. Oh, yep, there it is. Sweet.
We've come so far, and now let go. Let the feeling take its toll. We've worked so hard, now don't you know? This is music for the soul. Let the music take control.
So we are heading back east now towards Fort Collins to see Sarah's family, but we ended up buying the Scout. And then it also came with a ton of spare parts and drums and an axle, leaf springs, interior parts, exterior trim parts, lights. So we'll have a lot of spares just in case anything does need to be replaced. We got a few things to address. It's leaking a little bit of coolant right now from the lower radiator hose, so we'll replace that. In terms of rust, it's really limited, especially for a Scout. All right, so we don't have the Scout yet, but we are figuring out shipping. Luckily, through the magic of YouTube, there it is. Alright, so we had some really nice weather in South Dakota here today. It was in the 60s, which for late December, you can't ask for much more than that. So sort of got some of the spare parts out of the bed here, removed a really nasty old bed mat that was in there, took the spare tire off of its mount, just to see what we were dealing with, and all in all, it's in pretty good shape. We're not looking at any holes in the bed or any metal that really needs to be replaced back here, at least at first glance. You can even see the original paint color in a few spots, which I thought was really neat. So all in all, condition-wise, the Scout's looking pretty good. There are some mechanical issues to address, however. My friend Sean came over and pointed out a few issues with the drivetrain that need to be addressed before we can put it in four-wheel drive, or really drive it any considerable distance. We do also have a fuel issue right now. We can get it started, running and driving, take it around the block, but after that, if you turn it off and you try to fire it up again, it just won't go. So that's probably the number one issue to sort out, just so we can get it in reliable running and driving condition, so we can cruise it and take it to a few car meets, you know, show it off a little bit. I did also contact the Wisconsin Historical Society and posted this Scout a few pictures in a Facebook group, and people actually pointed out it's got a sport top rear bumper, and when I got the original line setting ticket from the Wisconsin Historical Society, it did confirm it's a sport top from the factory. So it's got a half cab on it right now, but if we were doing full true to original restoration, we'll look at finding a sport top. So stay tuned for more updates on the 66 Scout.